Ngong Road, late afternoon, just before the rains. Camera tracks low along the cracked tarmac, following the reflection of flashing headlights in a widening puddle. A convoy of gleaming black SUVs pushes through traffic, police sirens parting the Matatus and Boda Bodas. In the chaos, a barefoot girl darts into frame, skinny legs pumping, her school blouse 3 sizes too big, a frayed red ribbon snapping in her hair. She reaches the lead car and slaps her palm against the tinted glass. Achieng, 12, pleading, breathless. Please, my mama's dying. The rain starts in sudden African sheets. A chauffeur leans on the horn, waving her off. Inside, Dr. Nathan Mwangi, early 50s, regal in a tailored suit, looks up from his phone. Their eyes meet through the glass. A world of poverty pressed against a world of power. For a heartbeat, the car doesn't move. Then the wipers sweep, breaking the moment. Cut to black, her voice overlapping. If you drive away, she will die tonight. Morning in Kyber's Edge near Toy Market. Chickens scratch at the dust outside. A corrugated iron shack patched with billboard scraps. Inside, Achieng kneels beside her pregnant mother, Millicent, 35, who hums a Kikuyu lullaby while sewing a tear in Achieng's blouse. The smell of frying mandazi from the neighbor's pan seeps in. Outside, the air carries the tang of wet charcoal and roasting maize. Achieng's daily route is a tight dance, balancing maize on a charcoal brazier, weaving between Matatus with names like Blessed Rider and God First, always clutching her red ribbon. It was her mother's, from when she was young and full of dreams. She endures teasing from street boys. Street boy. Hey, ribbon girl, find a rich man to tie you a golden one. She just smiles. Mama says, keep your hands clean even if your feet are in the mud. We watch her share her only roasted cob with a younger boy too shy to meet her eyes. She hides her hunger, offering the bigger half. Rain clouds gather over Ngong Hills. Somewhere far above her pay grade, a billionaire surgeon finishes a heart operation. His convoy soon to pass the place where her world will tilt. Kibera Edge, evening. The evening air is heavy, a damp stillness before the rain. Smoke curls from Achieng's charcoal brazier as she turns a cob of maize, listening for her mother's voice from inside the shack. Instead, a thud. INT, shack. Millicent is on the floor, clutching her belly. Sweat beads her forehead. Her breathing is shallow, lips pale. Achieng, Mama? She kneels, shaking her gently. No response. Her eyes flick to the corner. The plastic bucket of coins from the day's sales. Barely enough for one clinic visit, and that's before they ask for extras. Ngong Road, moments later. Camera tracks with Achieng's bare feet slapping against the wet tar. She dodges Boda Bodas, maize cobs tumbling from the sack on her back. She reaches the small public clinic, a cracked wall, peeling paint, the smell of antiseptic mixed with damp concrete. Inside, a nurse at the desk barely looks up. Achieng, urgent. My mama, she's pregnant. She fell. The nurse checks a form. Nurse, you must pay the admission fee. 3,000 shillings. Achieng, I don't have, please, she will die. Nurse, no deposit, no treatment, next. She stumbles back into the street, the weight of the rain pressing her down. Then, a whisper from a Boda rider leaning on his handlebars. Boda rider, little one. The big doctor is passing today. Dr. Mwangi. Convoy from his hospital. If you stop him, maybe. Achieng freezes. She's heard the name. The man who can fix broken hearts. But billionaires don't stop for girls like her. Still, she tightens her grip on the red ribbon, like a tether to hope. Traffic slows as police on motorbikes clear the way. The first black SUV appears, water spraying from its tires. Achieng steps into the road. Horns blare. A Matatu driver shouts at her. She doesn't move. The convoy bears down, wipers beating time. The second car swerves, but the third is boxed in. Achieng runs to it, slamming her small hands on the glass. Sir, please, save my mama. Inside, Dr. Nathan Mwangi lowers his phone, eyes narrowing. The rain pounds harder. Around them, Nairobi's chaos keeps moving. Boda Bodas splashing past. Hawkers shouting prices. But inside this moment, it's just the girl, the ribbon, and the man who could change everything. Private hospital, front gate, night. The convoy pulls into the sweeping drive of Mwangi Heart Center, its glass facade glowing like a beacon against the rain-slick street. Achieng arrives minutes later, soaked, shivering, cradling a limp paper bag of maize she dropped twice. She stares up at the high steel gates, where a guard in a yellow raincoat blocks her path. Guard, visibly tired. Visiting hours are over, little one. Achieng, please, the doctor, he said. Guard, No appointment, no entry. Hospital lobby, minutes later. She slips through when a delivery man pushes in a cart of linens. The lobby is a different planet. Cool air, polished tile, the faint hum of machines. She tracks muddy footprints across the floor. A receptionist in a pressed blue uniform spots her immediately. Receptionist, excusing herself from a phone call. You can't be in here. Chiang. My mama's outside. She's... Receptionist. There's a public clinic down the road. This is a private facility. Hospital front security. 2 guards escort her out. Her bare feet slip on the wet steps. She doesn't cry, not yet. She looks back through the glass doors at the warm light. At the people who belong here. That's when she notices. Her red ribbon is gone. NT hospital lobby, same time. A security guard, not the one who threw her out, bends to pick up the ribbon from the floor. It's frayed but neatly tied. He turns it over in his palm, thoughtful. Side entrance, later. Chiang tries again, circling to the side where staff take smoke breaks. She's met by laughter from an orderly leaning against the wall. Orderly. Ribbon girl, the big doctor won't waste time on street kids. The words land heavy, but she presses forward. Service hallway, moments later. She darts inside behind a nurse pushing a cart. The corridor smells of antiseptic and steamed vegetables from the canteen. At the far end, double doors to the maternity ward. A head nurse blocks her, arms crossed. Head nurse. Child, this is not a place for running around. Chiang. I'm not running. I'm saving my mama. The nurse's face softens for a moment, then hardens. Head nurse. Rules are rules. Hospital lobby, rain still falling. Thrown out again, Chiang stands under the awning, dripping. A matatu idles nearby, tout shouting, "Ngong, ngong," as if inviting her to go back to the world she came from. She glances up just in time to see Dr. Mwangi crossing the lobby inside, her ribbon now in his hand. His eyes lift, meet hers through the glass. Something flickers there, recognition, memory. He turns, disappearing into the elevator. The doors close. Mini Cliff. Will he come back? Or is that the last time she'll see him? Mwangi Heart Center, executive floor, night. Dr. Nathan Mwangi stands alone in his corner office. Nairobi's skyline glows through the rain-speckled glass. In his hand, Chiang's red ribbon, damp and frayed. He pulls open a desk drawer. Inside, a small keepsake box. From it, he lifts another ribbon, bright and new but the same make. His late daughter, Wambui, wore it the day before a car crash took her and his wife 6 years ago. The similarity isn't just close, it's exact. He sits unsettled. The sounds of the city below seem distant now. Flashback, EXT schoolyard, years ago. Wambui, 7, ties her red ribbon and waves to her father. He promises to be there for her school play, but surgery ran late. It's the last morning he saw her alive. Back to present, into office. He places Chiang's ribbon beside Wambui's. The frayed edges seem to whisper second chances. Lobby, minutes later. The security guard who found the ribbon enters quietly. Guard. Sir, that girl outside, she's been here twice. Says her mother's not well. Dr. Mwangi. Softly. Not well or dying? The guard hesitates. Guard. If she's telling the truth, she won't see morning. Hospital front. Continuous. Chiang stands in the downpour, arms wrapped around herself. A matatu splashes past, drenching her again. She barely reacts. Through the rain, the lobby doors open. Dr. Mwangi steps out. No umbrella. Rain soaking his suit jacket. Dr. Mwangi. What is your name? Chiang. Chiang Millicent's daughter. Dr. Mwangi. And where is she? Chiang. In the shack. She can't walk. He glances down at the ribbon in his hand, then back to her. Dr. Mwangi. Wait here. Hospital basement, moments later. He speaks to his driver in low tones, then returns with 2 nurses and a stretcher in the back of a hospital van. Ngung Road, rain hammers the roof. The van speeds toward Kibera. Chiang sits beside the doctor, too exhausted to speak, clutching her knees. The ribbon is wrapped around his wrist now. Through the blur of wipers, he asks, Dr. Mwangi, that ribbon, where did you get it? Chiang, Mama said it's for luck, from when she was young. His jaw tightens. Mini reveal. The woman he's about to save may have crossed his path, or his family's, long before this night. The emotional axis has flipped. Dr. Mwangi is now personally invested. Mwangi Heart Center, maternity admission, night. The hospital van screeches to a halt under the covered bay. Nurses rush Millicent inside on the stretcher. Dr. Mwangi follows. Rain dripping from his hair. They reach the maternity triage room and stop cold. A hospital administrator, mid-40s, suit perfectly pressed, blocks the door. Administrator. Doctor, the charity beds are full. She's uninsured. We cannot. Dr. Mwangi. She's my patient. Administrator. Policy applies to everyone. Even you. A silence so sharp you could cut it with a scalpel. Lobby, later. Chieng waits by the glass doors, wrapped in a borrowed blanket. She watches staff moving in and out of wards. Families carrying flowers, carrying babies. She has nothing to carry but hope. The blanket slips, revealing her soaked blouse. She tugs it back, eyes on the elevator. Every ding that isn't him feels heavier. Hospital front, rain eases to a drizzle. Hours pass. The night air smells faintly of wet jacaranda blossoms. Streetlights buzz. Chieng sits on the cold step, arms around her knees. She whispers to herself. Not to be heard, but because she needs the sound. Chieng, even if nobody sees me, I still have a heart. It's the line her mother once used, when she gave away her last piece of bread to a neighbor. Administrator's office, same time. Inside, Dr. Mwangi and the administrator argue in hushed but heated tones. The ribbon on his wrist catches the fluorescent light. Hospital front, night deepens. The drizzle stops. The street is nearly empty now, save for a single boda driver asleep on his bike. The lobby doors remain closed. For the first time all night, Chieng's chin drops to her knees, exhaustion and dread winning over stubborn hope. Fade out to black. That's the bottom and the point where it seems like she's about to lose the only chance she's ever had. Mwangi Heart Center, front steps, pre-dawn. The horizon is a faint blue-gray. The city is quiet except for a distant rooster crowing. Chieng is half asleep on the step, chin resting on her knees. The lobby doors hiss open. Dr. Mwangi steps out, jacket off, sleeves rolled to his elbows. His eyes are tired, but the kind of tired that comes after a fight won. He kneels to her level. Dr. Mwangi, bring your mother in. She's my patient now. It's not dramatic. Not a speech. Just plain, unshakable. Hospital corridor, continuous. 2 nurses wheel Millicent past, now breathing with the help of oxygen, an IV taped to her arm. Chieng scrambles to her side, holding her hand. Dr. Mwangi walks beside them, his pace matching Chieng's. The red ribbon is tied around his wrist now. Not tucked away, but worn openly. Dr. Mwangi, quietly to Chieng. Your ribbon stays with me until she's well. That's my promise. Maternity suite, minutes later. Millicent is settled into a private room. Crisp sheets, warm light, monitors softly beeping. The smell of antiseptic here feels clean, not harsh. Chieng hovers by the bed, unsure if she's allowed to touch anything. Dr. Mwangi nods to her. Dr. Mwangi, go on, she needs you here. She moves to her mother's side. The first true smile in hours breaking across her face. Hospital, dawn. From outside, the building glows against the early light. One tiny window on the 5th floor, holding the silhouettes of a girl and her mother's hand clasped together. Mwangi Heart Center, daybreak. Camera pushes through the maternity ward corridor. Nurses glide past, the smell of fresh chai from the staff room. We catch glimpses. Chieng in a steaming shower, water rinsing away mud and rain. She blinks at the soap foam in her hair, something she hasn't seen in months. Clean hospital clothes, soft blue cotton, replacing her torn blouse. Her feet slipping into donated sandals, straps still stiff from being new. Maternity room, later. Millicent, propped up in bed, IV drip steady, smiles faintly at her daughter. Her skin looks warmer, color returning. She mouths a prayer of thanks. Chieng sits beside her, reading aloud from a dog-eared schoolbook Dr. Mwangi had sent up. Hospital courtyard. Dr. Mwangi teaches Chieng the basics of chess under the shade of a jacaranda tree. Purple petals fall between moves. She's quick to learn, laughing when she traps his queen. Quick flashes. Chieng being fitted for a neat school uniform. Measuring tape around her waist. The tailor clicking his tongue approvingly. A nurse ties a new bright red ribbon in Chieng's hair. The old frayed one now rests in a frame on the bedside. Table. A gift from Dr. Mwangi. Labeled, "The Day Everything Changed." Chieng leans on the railing, looking out over Nangong Road. The street noise is distant here. She tucks the ribbon behind her ear, watching Matatus weave below. The world she came from and the world she's heading toward, both in sight. Mwangi Heart Center, family lounge, late afternoon. The rain has stopped. Warm light spills through the big windows. Dr. Mwangi sits across from Chieng, a folder on the coffee table between them. Inside, a scholarship letter from one of Nairobi's top private schools and adoption papers. Dr. Mwangi, you're bright, Chieng. I want you to have the best start. It's a home, a school, a future. Her eyes widen, scanning the papers. Chieng, quiet. It's all for me? Dr. Mwangi. Yes, you'll live with me, study, travel. Your mother will get the best care always. A beat. The room hums with the soft sound of the air conditioner. Aching. And Mama? Dr. Mwangi. Your mother would stay here until she's fully well. Then she could visit, often. Maternity room, minutes later. Aching stands by her mother's bed, the folder clutched to her chest. Millicent is sleeping peacefully. She looks at the ribbon on the bedside table. Bright red, perfectly tied. Hospital courtyard, dusk. She finds Dr. Mwangi under the jacaranda tree, the chessboard between them. Aching. I can't leave her behind. If you want me, you take both of us. He studies her. This isn't a child begging for a gift. It's someone drawing a line in the sand. After a moment, he smiles faintly. Dr. Mwangi. Then that's how it will be. They shake on it. Her small hand disappears in his. Ngong Road, morning 6 months later. Sunlight glints off wet pavement after an early rain. Matatus weave through traffic, their horns a familiar chorus. Camera tracks low, past the bustling roadside stalls, now freshly painted, until it finds Achieng walking in a crisp Navy school uniform, polished shoes tapping the tar. A brand new backpack bounces against her shoulders. In her hair, the bright red ribbon. Spot outside hospital gates, continuous. She passes the exact place she once stood in the rain. Palm against the tinted glass. This time she's smiling. Across the street, a barefoot boy about her age struggles to carry a sack of charcoal. Without hesitation, Achieng crosses, takes one end of the sack, and helps him to the curb. Boy, thank you. Achieng, smiling. Even if nobody sees you, you still have a heart. Hospital balcony, same time. Dr. Mwangi watches from above, hands resting on the railing. He sees the ribbon flutter in the breeze, a small flag of resilience. Narrator VO. Kindness is never wasted. It may leave your hand, but it never leaves the world. Ngong Road, wide shot. Achieng and Millicent walk together toward the bus stop. Mother healthy, daughter hopeful. The ribbon catches the wind one last time before we fade out. Moral. Kindness is never wasted. God sees even the smallest act, and sometimes it comes back to you in ways you'd never expect.